Warning. If you are camping in a national park tonight, and the forest suddenly goes dead silent, do not step outside your tent. Turn off your flashlight immediately. Ignore the voices calling your name from the trees and remember the rules. The ranger station was abandoned 20 years ago, but the thing in the woods is still hunting. I took a summer job as a lone watchman at Blackwood National Park on my first night. The head ranger handed me a laminated card with 7 emergency rules written in faded red ink. Rule number 1. If you see a staircase standing completely alone in the middle of the woods, do not approach it and never climb the steps. I laughed, assuming it was an insider joke to scare the new guy. By 1 a.m., thick fog rolled over the pine trees, smothering the moon. I was sitting in the wooden watchtower when rule number 3 suddenly echoed in my mind. If someone knocks on the trapdoor of the tower after midnight, do not answer. No rangers conduct night patrols here. 5 minutes later, 3 loud, heavy thuds rattled the wooden floor right beneath my feet. My blood turned to ice. I pressed my back against the wall, staring at the brass handle of the floor hatch. It slowly began to jiggle. I gripped my radio, desperate to call for help. But rule number 5 was clear. Do not use the radio after 2 a.m. They use the radio frequency to locate your room. I squeezed my eyes shut, listening as a quiet scratch echoed from the other side of the hatch. Outside, the wind picked up, carrying a sound that made my skin crawl. It was my mother's voice, crying out from the dark tree line below. "Please open the door, it's cold out here!" But my mother died 5 years ago. This was rule number 6. The creature will mimic the voice of someone you love. Do not look out the window, or it will know you heard it. I buried my face in my hands, shaking violently as the voice outside began to twist, turning from my mother's gentle tone into a distorted, demonic screech. The glass of the tower window rattled as something massive brushed against the wooden exterior walls, climbing up toward the roof. Step by slow step, heavy claws dug into the old timber. I remembered rule number 7, the final rule at the bottom of the card. If it reaches the roof, turn off all lights, lie flat on the floor, and do not make a single sound until the sun touches the trees. I reached over and clicked off the lantern. The room was plunged into absolute, suffocating darkness. Heavy, unnatural footsteps landed directly on the wooden roof above my head. The beams groaned under immense weight. I lay face down on the freezing floor, biting my lip until it bled just to keep from crying out. A long, thin claw slowly pushed through a crack in the ceiling boards, dangling just inches above my neck. A wet, freezing breath drifted down from the ceiling, accompanied by a tiny whisper. "I know you're awake. Do not walk into the trees, falling down upon your knees. Keep the light and close your eyes. Listen